Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest trapping video. In today's video, we'll be going over mix attacks, basically all the basics for mix attacks, what formation you need to be in, any tips and tricks to have a increased chance of capping, mistakes you need to avoid as well when you're experiencing some mix attacks, and just everything in between. So we're gonna be starting off with a attack on my mini Titan here. This is gonna be from a max account, me not you. This is actually the first time I think I ever burn on this account, and it's probably going to be the last time. So the reason why I actually end up not being able to cap this rally is pretty much my wall is still up. So if you are ever expecting a mixed rally to come in, get someone from your guild to break your wall. What they did here was just pour it on me and set a mixed rally, so that's what's going on right now. So again, I'm actually going to be taking this in my real gear. I'm going to be sitting in the correct formation. It is 4-2-4. I do like sitting in range for these ones, and I think I've pretty much capped, I've capped every single other mixed rally. I've capped Emperor accounts, all that. But because my wall was still up, for this rally, I ended up actually burning. And the reason for that is if your wall is up, your ranger is the only squad that's attacking for the duration of your wall being up. And keep in mind, battles are a set duration, so the more attacks you can get in, the less chance they're going to walk back. But if your wall is up and only one squad is attacking, that means there's 4 squads that are doing literally nothing while your wall is up, so you're reducing the amount of damage output you actually put out. And keep in mind, each squad only attacks X amount of times through a whole battle. So if 8 of your squads are not attacking for 5 seconds while your wall is up, that's basically 5 seconds of attacks you'll never get back, and it's an increased chance they'll walk back. So that's kind of what happened here. You can see these other mix attacks are going to go through very quickly. It's pretty much the same thing. I'm taking the same formation. I think there's actually more tier 5 in these rallies too. I actually tried the random there, but it didn't want to actually take my input, so I just ended up taking and switching back out of my war gear after this. Again, these ones are also max accounts that are hitting me. This guy was, I think this was the Emperor guy. He did less damage, as you can see. He had more tier 5 in his rally, it looks like. Did less damage, but I was able to cap him pretty easily. Again, mostly because my wall was already knocked down at this point, so I had full amount of attacks going on during the whole battle. You can see he's got 180 castle stars. He's got a mythic emperor piece on there and all that. And this one, same thing. Pretty K was going to hit me here as well. Same thing, max account, mix attack, I believe 4-2-4. Let's double check. Again, I still have the same war gear and everything as well. Let's see what he's sending. Yeah, this one even has more tier 5, I think, in this one. They were sending a lot of tier 5 in this. Again, they just carpeted it in very quickly. It's fine. I'm in the right formation. Able to cap that one pretty easily as well. Where was it? Yeah, 2.2. So I'm still taking 300k less than the first rally. Yeah, there's like no tier 4 in that rally. It was just all tier 5. So anyways, and then I believe after this, yeah, this one 180 castle stars, 670 artifacts, max tempering, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. The only thing this guy didn't have was the Emperor piece, which the last person had. But yeah, you can see I was able to cap these ones pretty easily compared to the other one as well. And then this one is just another SSQ guy who's not a max account, and you can kind of just see the difference in strength for this guy. It's the same thing. I think they're sending 4-2-4. Everyone sends 4-2-4 nowadays. So this isn't very exciting because everyone sends 4-2-4. Should be pretty easy to cap these ones if you have the correct comp and all that. Again, I've taken 4-2-4 in other formations. I've taken in infantry, I've taken in cav. I feel like I take more damage in infantry and cav opposed to range foul. Again, never take these in range wedge, because range wedge puts your infantry in the back, and then, like I said, the less amount of attacks you have going off in a battle, the better chance of them actually walking back, and or the timer running out and they walk back with siege. And again, if obviously they do more damage than you do, that's kind of this. Anyways, let's go to game. I will show you a couple more things I want to show you from these mix attacks. We'll go over some battle reports and all that stuff. Hey, so we are back on here. Let's double check and just go over the formations just so you can get a picture of why a certain formation might be better than another formation. So for mixed rallies, again, like I said, the most important thing is the amount of attacks you can get off. So any formation that puts your infantry in the back is going to be a bad formation against mix. Infantry is the slowest troop type, so it's going to take them the longest to run up to the front. So if you are in, let's say, range wedge, your infantry's in the back, it'll take them a long time to get to the front. You are losing out on attacks. So range foul, this is why most people go range foul for most mix attacks, is because your infantry's in the front here, you're going to get more attacks off, and it's going to take them like a shorter amount of time to run to the target. Keep in mind, if you're going like range foul against range foul, you're usually going to run all the way to the range. So you want your infantry up there as far as possible. Same thing with yours. They'll have to run all the way to your range, and then all your troops will be over here, all the troops will be over here, and you got to come back, and then you got to go to their siege. So that's kind of why range foul is pretty good. For that, it's this travel distance. So if you look at infantry, again, your infantry is always in the front. So here's infantry foul. I would say, honestly, if foul would be better against mixes for a couple reasons. One, if you have a small front line, it doesn't get into your tier 4 because it's evenly going across. Second, your cav is fast, but again, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get up to the front. So you're probably going to get more total attacks off in infantry formation than infantry wedge. Just based on formation size. Again, cav is the same thing. I would not go cav foul for any mix attacks. First off, cav takes a lot of damage from range, so that is the one issue. So if there's a decent amount of range in their squad, cav is usually not the best. Especially cav formation, because if they're going, let's say, mix and range, you're just going to take forever to get to their range. Your cav's going to run up to the range, start attacking the range, but not really doing much damage, and your range is attacking their range. So again, it's just formation size is going to take, or formation position, this is going to take a long time to get to that, whereas for this one, the infantry's closer to them, so it's going to take a shorter amount of time to actually run. That's the only reason. Again, if they go infantry formation, it's not as bad because they're going to run up to you and you're going to run up to them and you'll meet them in the middle. But obviously, if they're in range formation, the range is like way in the back, wherever you got to run all the way over there to get there. So that's just basic formation. So cav wedge is good. You can take 4-2-4s in cav wedge. I think I take a little bit more damage than cav foul or than range foul. So that could just be based on my stats. Keep in mind, all of this is just basic stuff. Your stats will change everything. So again, if you're finding like whatever, you're taking too much damage in this, maybe you have higher cav stats or something like that, you might want to take it in cav wedge. If they are setting like a 6-2-2 where it's like heavy infantry, cav might be the best since most of their damage is going to be coming from that infantry. If they're sending 4-2-4, I do like range. Basically, I like range against everything that's not super heavy infantry. That's pretty much it. But most of the big guys will send 4-2-4. I have only seen a couple people go like 6-2-2, and then it might be better to go cav, and not many people send 2-4-4 or anything like that. Again, 2-4-4, it's better range anyways, because basically you're trying not to get countered. So if there's a very little infantry, it's probably better. Even 4-2-4, it seems to be better. It's just, again, another reason 4-2-4 and range foul, they got to run all the way to your range, so the infantry takes a while to get there, so that is an issue. So anyway, so let's go over just some battle reports and stuff just so you can see what's going on here. I took a ton of a hit, so where's a good one here that we can take a look at? Okay, I've taken a ton. Let's go look at Mog. Let's see, who sent 4-2-4? Actually, this one might be a good one. I think this was a mix attack here. Yeah, this was actually a mix attack that I took in range formation, but it was heavy infantry. You can see how much damage they did. Again, a similar size attack that I've taken from a similar size lead. Let's double check the lead here just so you can see. So he's like 175 castle stars, not quite over 600. This, I wouldn't consider him a max account or anything like that. He is a Titan, like a top tier Titan lead, but he's not a max account. Does he have 11k heroes? I can't remember if this guy did or not. Yeah, this guy had 3 11k heroes. So yeah, I would consider him a Titan, but just not a maxed Titan or a max account for what I would say. Again, max accounts is like 650 plus artifact stars and like full tempering and stuff. So again, he did like 1.4 mil to my front line. That was basically because he sent a 2.5 too, didn't he? Yeah, he sent 2.5. He did 1.6. So yeah, that's more damage than I would take normally if I countered him. I'm not sure if I've taken a 622 in Cab Wedge that I can show, but let's see if we can find some other reports. This is hard because I have so many reports here I gotta try and go through which ones were the mix ones and which ones weren't. That wasn't mix, was it? No, that was infantry. That makes sense. I'm just looking at the familiars to see which ones are mix. I think this is Cav. No, this was mix. Okay, so this one was also heavier inf. And again, I took this one in, what was this? Range foul as well. Again, this guy's stronger though, so that's not the best comparison to the last one, but again, I'm not really taking much damage from these. So again, range foul just does well against all formations, honestly. So if you ever in doubt, just go range foul. It seems to work the best, honestly. Again, it might not be the most optimal one against some of these, but let's see. EW, is this no, that's an infantry blast. This one was a range blast. This one walked back. Oh, this was part of a Penta rally. This one's a little different because I didn't really have very many troops in this rally because you can see my front line was a little lacking here. He went 424. I took this one to Cab, right? Cab Wedge, yeah. So, and Chappie, here you go. You can see he's kind of a max account. So I did actually decently well against this one, considering how many troops I had. So Cab Wedge does do a decent damage, or does pretty decent depending on your stats. So again, my other account, I would say I would probably not go Cab, but on this account it actually does decent. The only issue with going Cab is if someone sends range and you get full countered, so that's why I don't like sitting in it. But you can definitely switch to it for a 424. It's definitely an option based on your stats. If you have bad Cab HP and defense, probably don't do that, but if you have decent one, like my account is pretty good. Again, he did get into my tier 4 a little bit, so the damage is actually lower than it would have been if he just hit pure tier 2, because tier 4 is like 4 times stronger, so it takes less damage. But again, this is part of a Penta rally I took. I haven't posted the video yet, but yeah, this was the only one that walked back, but he didn't burn me on that one. But again, I took a Penta rally with like 20 million troops, so probably not the best thing to do. But yeah, I just didn't have very many troops to take the rally. 18 mil. Didn't get through it, so I'm not sure if I did less damage than I normally would. In range foul is one of the reasons you might walk back, or it was just the fact I just didn't have enough troops at that point, because this was like the 3rd or 4th rally I took in that Penta rally. So no, this was the 4th rally I took in the Penta rally. I took a range hit right after this, but anyways, that's totally different. So you can see what's going on in the battle here. My infantry and Cab are running up there because I am in Cab Wedge. You can see that, and I just didn't quite have enough damage to get through all this. I think that's the only issue. Also, I'm not sure where my Pack 5s hit, because sometimes my Pack 5s hitting the wrong target can also mess it up, because if I like target the wrong squad, it's gonna just basically kill no troops. So actually I want to go back and look at that and see where my Pack 5s hit on this one. Let's go back and check where did my Pack 5s hit on this one, because again, Cab Wedge is going to hit a little bit differently than if I was in range formation. So again, they are going to go try and run up to the range. That is one thing here. And where's my Pack 5s hit? This is their familiars going off here. Here's mine. Let's see where they hit. Yeah, I'm not sure what squad that hit. It took out a squad, but I don't know how many troops are left in it, but that can definitely make a difference too if you're running Pack 5s under, well, which squad they end up targeting. But again, that was a cab wedge one. Didn't take too much damage, but I think I might have took more than normal. Yeah, he took a 375. I don't know. That one's hard to see because these ones are all gonna be. What's this one? This one was imp. This one was range. Which one's this one? Is this an imp one as well? He's got an imp stacking, but he sent mix. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so he said 424. I took this one in range as well. Let's double check how strong is this guy. Yeah, so he's not a max count or anything like that. Only did 1.2, so yeah, I take most of these in range foul because again, just as soon as I see a mix, I just go range foul. It seems to work out back. No, that's just range. What's this guy? This was range. This was a rally. I hit somebody. This is not Usham. This is a long time ago, actually. That was an infantry blast. Don't know what that was. This was a 424 as well. This guy just wasn't very strong. Yeah, he's missing some artifact stars, so again, that wasn't a very good showing of that one because he only did 1.3. Yeah, I took that one range foul too, so I think that's pretty much all of them, but let's see. What did this guy send? Did he send 424 as well? Yeah, again, 424 is a big thing, so I know it's hard to see because not many people really do variations of the rallies that I've been hit bit with, so I've taken one in cab wedge, so it seemed to do okay for the mixed rally. Again, it's just based on where you're putting your infantry and cav. I did do a little bit less damage because I had very little troops at the time, and my pack fives might have targeted the wrong squad at that point as well. Keep in mind, I wouldn't suggest trying to take a maxed account mix attack when you only have like 18 million troops. It doesn't go very well. I mean, it didn't do enough damage to burn me, but you might not be capping that one because you just don't have enough troop damage. But yeah, so I would have been interesting to see how much damage I would have done if I was in range foul for that one. But yeah, it's hard to tell. Anyway, so again, infantry would be good against anything heavy range and heavy infantry. So like a 442, I would go infantry. Have I got hit by a 442? I don't think I've got hit by 442 on this account, but I have on my other account. And infantry does do decent against a 442. Just not many people send them. A lot of times I'm saying 622, and 622 I just go cab wedge for that one, I would say. And then everything else I'm pretty much going range because most variations don't do well against range foul. So again, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Again, it will depend on your stats because it's just basically don't do other things. And like I said, when I was trying to say before, make sure someone knocks your wall down before a mix attack comes in because you unfortunately I can't look at the battle replay of that first one because it has expired, but where was it? Yeah, this one. This is the only one that has got to walk back on me 500. And again, I can't look at the battle replay because it's just been a little bit too long now. Again, I like to wait a little bit before posting the videos so people don't know what kingdom I'm in. But yeah, unfortunately, that one was the only one that walked back. And again, it was literally just because my wall was up for 5 seconds and I lost out 5 seconds worth of attacks and they walked back. That's pretty much it, because I've taken hits from pretty much every single other max account of this dang game at this point on this account and not having issues. It was only when my wall was up, and that was the only time I've ever taken a mix attack with my wall up. And now I'm pretty much yelling at my guild, or not yelling at my guild, asking my guild to break my wall for me if my wall is up and I expect a mix attack coming in. And you should be doing that too. It's basically something you need to do before a rally nowadays. If you expect a mix attack and they're a max account, be like, hey, can someone just send a wall break at me and break my wall down? It's pretty much the same as asking for a hero at this point. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this kind of clears some mix attack stuff up for you. Again, you're not always going to be able to cap some of these max accounts no matter what formation you pick, just because your account isn't strong enough, you don't have enough troops, your HP and your attack is not enough to get through your HP and defense. It's just, you don't have pack 5s on your wall. It's just, again, if you don't have those, you gotta have more troops just to do more damage. So that's pretty much it. And again, there's no like one thing fixes all. It's going to be based on your stats and your troop comp and all that, and you will have to do some testing to find if you need more troops. If you find that you are burning, you just add more troops. It should work better. Add more tier 4, add more tier 5, even add more tier 2. It will help. Or just don't go trapping the maxed accounts if you don't have the stats. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.